Hi everybody, welcome to the Thicc Men Podcast. As you can tell, I am not random. I am Dominero. Because random is AFK, we think he's either dead, sleeping, or somewhere in between, so I'm taking over for this episode. And today I'm joined by... Someone say their name, goddammit.
Huh? Oh, Queebies, that's me. Hey.
And
I'm the plebby pleb.
Alright. In this episode, we're going to talk about best and worst games of 2018 or anything else in between, like company drama, etc. So how about we start off with the worst games? So which games you want to tackle first, guys?
I don't mind going first. I've got 4 games that I've written down for worst games.
Sure, go ahead.
Number 1 is Agony.
That sounds agonizing. I don't know what it is.
I've never heard of that.
Okay, yeah, so it was meant to be a horror game. It was meant to be this really, really edgy horror game.
Like how you said meant to.
And and it was just awful. It was so bad. It was, if you don't know, it was meant to be this really dark game where you're in hell and you're trying to escape hell, and there's some really dark and really quite messed up imagery. So much so to where they had a version they wanted to release but couldn't be released because it was too graphic and it wouldn't get passed.
Oh, like Venom.
And there is an unrated version now available on PC, but the game is so bad and I don't see why anybody would want to bother playing it.
Wait, was it the... Is it like the dating simulator one? Is that the... Oh,
no,
never mind.
No. No, this is a horror
Gotcha.
game. And I say horror very loosely because this was a fucking stealth puzzle game.
What?
Yeah. So, okay, I'll say the one good thing about this game is the atmosphere. The game is gorgeous. It is, well, it's disgusting, but it's gorgeous. It is so well made in that respect. But the stealth sections are horrid, and the voice acting is laughable. I'm meant to be scared, not laughing. You've done something wrong.
It's really cringy. Is it like it's only available on PC?
It's on PC, Xbox, and PS4, but the unrated version is only on PC.
What makes it so? Why would
I
it
know.
be so graphic? What's like the worst thing that happens there?
There's some fetus squashing, some sex, some demon sex and rape.
That's creative.
There's a lot that's quite questionable.
That must have been some awkward storyboarding. It's like, okay, then the demon stomps on the baby fetus, and then he has sex. What do you think? You're hired.
No, I actually have nothing against like the whole dark imagery. That was one of the things that made me interested, but I just couldn't get into it. I don't like horror, so I took it really slow.
Yeah.
And when I got to my first stealth section, I was like, oh, I hate this. So I just didn't continue.
So you're just trying not to get raped in the game. You're just like stealthily going by as they're just...
I don't
that's a
think
game I would play.
I don't think this is like going to a nightclub with Bill Cosby where like the quest of the game is to not be assaulted. Like you don't get
Main
points for
objective,
not
don't
being
get
a
raped.
victim.
Don't drink it. Side objective, call a cab.
Quest failed because you decided to put your skin color to the left.
Oh, like in South Park's Stick of Truth? Is it Stick of Truth?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
Fractured
actually,
Butthole?
both
One of
games
those.
do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Choose a difficulty based on your race.
That's funny.
Yeah.
How about you, Queebs?
What about me?
What do you think? What's like one of the worst games in your opinion?
Hey, I'm not the person to ask about this because I have never played a video game in my life.
Get off the podcast.
So, I just like to be included.
Why are you?
I just like to be included in things.
It says you're a liar.
More like heavily edited Let's Plays.
You're like, I just edit those videos. I don't actually play them.
No, I'm actually I'm playing most of them. I'm trying to scroll through our Discord conversations so I can see what we were talking about.
I got one in mind. If you want me to go.
Somebody's prepared.
I'm never prepared for anything.
It's not like I have a script written here.
I'm not even fully paying attention. I'm playing.
You see like pages flipping as we're going through it. Flip. Flip.
Right now I'm playing that PewDiePie mobile game.
It already sounds bad. Sounds bad.
It's okay. It's not bad. It passes the time.
Ugh. just passing isn't good in the game community.
What can we talk about?
Fallout 76.
That is on my
yes.
list of worst games of the year.
That'll last another half hour, so let's go. Let's see, Fallout 76. Where to begin? How do we start naming the glitches? Let's see. I think there was one glitch where, basically when you start up the game, they were telling people like, hey, don't press too many buttons at the screen because they could delete your whole game data. You have to reinstall.
Well, that's stupid.
Yeah,
Learn how to make a good game.
Like if you just like see like made by Bethesda and you're like wazi, and then just it deletes the whole thing, and people are like, what the fuck is this? Like, here's our fix. Don't press anything until the game starts. Cool, yeah, awesome.
How do you mess up a game that bad?
That's so impressively bad. Like, I didn't even know that could be a glitch. I'm used to Bethesda being like, oh no, if you jump over a mountain, you'll fall over the edge.
How do you fuck up a game launching?
And then there's a lot of like server errors too. There is like a lot of lighting issues where like random like god sun rays would come out of the ground.
Yeah, I get that.
Out of nowhere. Or
for me, I've noted down. I haven't wrote a script. I just noted down. I put microtransactions because fuck microtransactions.
That was in Fallout also.
Bugs, because the game is cluttered in bugs. And awful PvP because the PvP system is one of the worst PvP systems I've ever seen.
How bad is it?
Too in that game. There's barely anyone there.
Yeah, it's empty. It's such a big world, and there's only like 20 people in a server.
I heard the map was nicely designed, but it is just lonely as shit in there. It was like you barely see anybody.
Yeah, I agree. The world is gorgeous. Like I love like on the little hidden things, but there's no one there.
Yeah, and then like
it's all robots and dead
there's
people.
no NPCs. You just like you talk to a radio. It's like kill 5 red roaches. Like okay, and you get like 10 caps. Like yay.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna throw another 100 hours into this. Here we go, and then, or there's another glitch. This one's new. I heard that if you go into the game, you could spawn as someone else's character, and they can spawn as yours.
What?
Yeah, you just walk in, like you just see yourself, but it's actually your friend dressed as you, and he looks at you, and you're dressed as him. You're like, what the fuck?
It's like that picture of the two Spider-Men pointing at each other.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, how dare you point at me? Or I think there's another. Oh, there's one guy who he had a complaint where he couldn't die like at all. Like he even he couldn't lose any health. Yeah, and then he went to there's like a part of it, it's like a toxic area in the level. So he just walked into it. You're supposed to die on instantly. He walked and he's still alive. And then he tried going PvP. There's like a bunch of people attacking him. Like they can't do shit. So. He's like, he didn't fight back because you know how fucked up that is, but he sent a message to Bethesda, it's like, please kill me. Is that too much to ask for?
I mean, that was just a plea for help. Here we are thinking he was just having a bug. No, he really wanted to die. He was asking for help.
So I can't
Mail me a machete. I just want a Glock and 2 bullets. In case I missed the first time.
Just nuke me real quick, like the game.
I mean, if you missed the first shot, you deserve the second shot.
Exactly.
Speaking of guys that tried to kill themselves and didn't,
where's it going?
Here's a little history lesson for you. There was this guy during, I want to say the French Revolution. He was a lawyer. His name was Maximilien Robespierre, and he was in jail for, I don't know, revolting or some shit. I don't know. I don't remember anything from history class in 7th grade. And he was in jail, and he tried to shoot himself in the face and just kind of knocked off his own jaw. So then he got hung.
So he's going to get hung anyway?
Yeah, he was going to get hung, and he was going to try and kill himself, and he failed, and he got hung anyway.
One minute, what? He lost his jaw, but they were able to hang
him.
Yeah. How did he not squirm him out of it? He hasn't got a fucking chin.
That's also a good question.
I don't know.
No, I think he was like hanging off just his chin like a yo-yo. Like, and that it was just holding him up. He was trying to.
Even then, that would rip off.
Yeah, but the
amount of weight of your body dragging you down, your chin would rip off.
Oh, this is gruesome. That's the word.
Gruesome.
This
is gruesome.
That's just sad. Oh, I think there was another guy. She was from a stand comedian, Bill Burr. He was talking about speaking of suicide, there was a family. They run like a helicopter touring crew, and then the father, like, he did most of the tours for like 20, 30 years, and he passed on to his son. Son's like 20 years old, so he got a pilot license, taking over the business. It's his first day flying, and there was supposed to be a couple coming, with like an elderly couple, but only the husband showed up. And so he's like, all right, well, I'll do the tour anyway. And then in the middle of the tour, the guy jumped out to kill himself over the ocean, and it was the son's first day on the job.
Lord.
And
Oh,
then
wow.
yeah, it turns out his wife divorced him and took all his stuff, whatever, and he was depressed, and he wanted to die by jumping out of the helicopter. And that trip, I think, was supposed to be like their anniversary trip for the helicopter tour, but he's like, you know what, I'm going like a man. And he's like, you want to jump out. The worst part is he lived, he survived the fall, and so he was in the hospital just like after all that. It just sucked. But I can't imagine what the
It is 20 minutes until Christmas and you drop that on me.
Oh, well, it's...
You evil bastard.
Well, there's like 9 hours for me, so I'm good.
Yeah, same.
It's 11:30. Well, 40 past 11.
Speaking of Christmas suicide, just going to something else.
Speaking of suicide,
Whatever happened to Rudolph? He's been gone for like 5 years.
I don't know. He's okay. Wait, what was our topic again? Oh, yeah, games. Real quick.
Games.
oh yeah.
So my number 3 is a controversial one.
All right.
Red Dead Online.
Understandable. Have a good day.
I understand that, yeah.
Yeah, I hate it. The PvP is completely imbalanced, and the online currency is a joke, and microtransactions, because that didn't ruin GT Online.
Micah transactions.
Micah.
Yeah, Micah. I know that the biggest problem with Red Dead Online is it's too much like GTA Online. Like, it's fun, like just on its own, like without thinking about the entire like transaction thing. The game online is fun. You get to hang out with friends. Dude, the game modes are pretty cool. But sometimes, like, if you buy a better weapon, you're just gonna like outshoot the guy no problem as long as they land one hit on him. I noticed like
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I half expect that after a certain amount of time, if you don't buy microtransaction, your character develops lumbago.
Exactly. But yeah, I think like I know in story, if you loot someone, like an enemy, you might get like $5-6, but online you loot like 13 or 2 cents off them tops.
Yeah,
and then it's just bad.
That's like nothing.
Yeah, it's what I meant by the currency. It's awful. Like, you can't do anything. It's $500 for a shotgun that's $80 in the store. It's like, what do you want from us?
Buy it.
It should be cheaper because this is in the past.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Actually,
this makes
even
no
in
sense.
the story mode, the price is way bigger than what it should be.
Yeah, I know, but it makes more sense in this single player.
Kind of weird for a game that's all about realism.
It's still not $500, $200, you know.
It's weird for a game that's all about realism to have such an like outrageous economy.
Yeah, I think
it's just because of greed. They just want you to buy microtransactions and they can make some more money.
Yeah, I think they should let the price of the guns be the same as story mode, but make the customizations have extra stuff to customize, and then make that cost extra. I think that'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that. Make the guns the same price, but make customization a bit more expensive. I agree with that.
Yeah. It's like when I go online to like a game mode, like they have like once like a showdown or whatever, where it's like a team mode, and it sucks because they throw you in the game with what base weapons you've already bought just in free room. They don't give you a full stock of everything. Like, I think there's only one game mode that gives you like a whole set amount, but most of them they're just like if you're like level 2, you only have like a pistol tops and like one repeater rifle, and you're just stuck with that until you level up and buy more. And then even if you do have enough money, like let's say you spent like $100 worth of microtransactions or whatever, you have to be a certain level to buy that bow you want, to buy that rifle you need. So it's just like, it's just, oh my god,
that's dumb.
Yeah, it's annoying, but I think they're trying to fix it. I think they brought...
fix.
Well, they're trying
to make it slightly more balanced, but not balance it, because if they made it balanced, you wouldn't have to pay to get money and progress.
Yeah, I know they were like giving out like apology gold bars to people. Like they gave out like 60 of them total, which I guess is cool.
I'm not redeeming them just out of sheer fucking hate for the fact that they're even in the game. I'm just not interested. Like, when they first announced Red Dead, I was like, I might not buy Red Dead, but fair enough, that could be fun.
Mm-hmm.
But they're probably gonna have microtransactions, so I'm not gonna like it. And hey ho, look, microtransactions, and look, I don't like it anymore.
Yep.
What a surprise! I even stopped playing the single player
Oh,
because
wow.
I'm just done with that game now.
And they nailed this.
I'm done with Rockstar. Until Rockstar bring up Bully 2, I'm done with Rockstar.
He said totally bring up Bully too.
No, that's a pipe dream.
Yeah. If they don't bring up Bully 2, that's it. I'm not buying anything from Rockstar because I'm done. GTA 6, go away. I'm not interested anymore. Like, I just want Bully 2 and then that's it. I'm out.
Bully 2 online. If you want better slingshots, pay 20 cents.
Don't even joke about it because if it happens, I'm going to be so angry.
That would not be a good idea. Like you guys have heard about how like people in Red Dead are forming their own like racist gangs online.
Oh,
yeah, that would
boxing.
absolutely happen in Bully.
Oh,
They would just
God,
beat up
yeah.
all the black kids.
And it wouldn't even really be bully, be bullies. Like everyone just bullying each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a school, it's more contained, but at least in Red Dead and GTA, I guess it kind of makes sense, like world lore wise, to see just a bunch of criminals in a big city.
Yeah.
But, like in a school, like just a bunch of kids just all throwing each other into toilets.
You go into the bathroom, there's like 20 players and they're all dunking each other's heads in there. This is normal. What are you looking at?
Could you imagine walking to an actual bathroom and then 20 people all just turn and stare at you?
Yeah, like,
That would
hey,
be
he's
just
AFK,
mind-boggling.
give him wedgie, got him.
It's not just a Japanese porno.
Oh, he's AFK, throw him in the dumpster, throw him in
Yes.
the dumpster.
Oh, no, sorry, Japanese. I meant hentai.
Same thing. But yeah, that, like, someday down the line, 5 years tops, I bet.
I have one more. Worst game.
Okay.
The Quiet Man.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds stupid.
It is awful.
Explain.
So, everything is bad. Okay, here are my blah, 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 bits and bobs that I've written down. Okay, The Quiet Man, low quality. Overall, it's low quality, and there's nothing redeeming about it.
Mm-hmm.
It is a clunky, awful mess with awful combat, and even the audio is badly mixed. You can't hear them talking in cutscenes because the music is too loud.
I hate that so much. It happens in movies too. It's annoying.
Yeah, it's just like,
And
I get they want to make it
Sorry,
realistic with the sound and everything. To like, oh, you shouldn't be able to hear them if they're like in the middle of explosions and shit. But just make the voice clear. There's nothing hard about that. I don't know why they don't watch and see it.
well, I actually put down as well the sound design is off. Like sometimes when a box breaks, it makes a really weird noise. It doesn't sound natural whatsoever. And the other thing with the awful combat is I've watched footage of the combat. It doesn't work.
Wait, I have a question about the.
It
I have a
just
question about the box. Is it like a steel?
It's just-
like a steel box, and you pop it, it's like boing, 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 like that.
it's like a wooden box,
Oh.
and rather than like having a wooden sound of it smashing, it goes.
Oh, like you're popping like a cork or like a broken car.
Yeah, it's pathetic. It doesn't sound right.
It's a plastic toy box.
Punches in that game. A punch sounds like this.
Punch.
Do you know what a punch sounds like in that game?
Oh yeah,
It doesn't sound
That's
right.
weak.
that's nice.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right.
Like some characters like the whole anime charge where he powers up, he's dashing across like a whole canyon. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, when you punch someone, it should sound like this.
Mm-hmm.
I just punched my microphone.
Yeah. And then
Like,
your
comment,
microphone's broken.
like, comment, and subscribe.
Good point.
Helping both pay for the microphone. Fucking One Punch Man over here
Yeah.
destroyed his mic.
Yeah,
Do it for the
that's
views.
what you said. I'm trying to think of like games that did have really good sound design, especially like action wise. I think
Games that had really good sound
I
design.
think
Kingdom Come.
Kingdom Come. I was gonna say Mortal Kombat for fight noises. Like their punches sound very
Mortal Kombat,
satisfying.
yeah. Kingdom Come had amazing sound effects for their swordplay.
Mm-hmm. Like there's once, in fact, I like when Johnny Cage punches someone in the nuts. It's you can hear like vegetable crunches. It's just,
That reminds me when like you shoot Hitler in the balls in
yeah,
and Sniper Elite 2.
That's like
It's such a wet sound.
there's like so many montages of just like shooting Hitler in different ways.
Yeah.
It's the
Just
best.
shooting him in. Yeah, I saw that video. It's like showing every single different way you can kill Hitler.
Yeah, or someone's like, I think I saw one that was like a 30-minute video just shooting Hitler in the balls in like any angle possible. And you got one from behind, got one from the sides, got one from the front, straight down the middle, and just everything that's all there. That game is so detailed. I love it. And then, you think we should switch to best games now?
Best
yeah,
games.
I only have 3 of them. Though,
Okay, how about?
because I didn't think I'd be doing this on my own.
It's all good. How about God of War?
I haven't played it.
What? Crazy.
I watched Let's
I
Plays.
didn't own a PS4 when it came out.
The same.
None of you play God of War. God of War is
Okay,
amazing.
I didn't play it, but I watched Let's Plays.
All right, that's good enough, I guess, nowadays.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Let's Plays because I know I want to play it at some point.
Okay, I won't spoil anything.
Yeah, my first game on my best games is Spider-Man.
Yes.
And that's why I bought a PS4. And that's why I bought a PS4.
That game's the reason why you bought the PS4?
Yeah.
Word.
I loved it.
It's a good game.
Oh, I love that game. It's so good.
That one is very good. Like, I like how they handle Spider-Man just like already been Spider-Man for several years instead of just starting out.
Yeah. Yeah, I prefer it.
Yeah, it turned out way better.
I actually really liked the new Spider-Man. I thought the voice actor deserved Best Voice Actor award. But no, because Red Dead is more popular.
Yeah, well, they all did a good job. It's kind of hard to gauge that too, because, for example,
it was, yeah, because for anyone who's upset at what I just said, yes, Arthur Morgan's voice actor is really, really good. He's really good, but I prefer Spider-Man.
I was gonna say I wanted the voice actor Kratos to win, in my opinion, but the thing is, in terms of like voice actors, like in that award category, it's so tough to choose because there's different screen time and different scenes for every character. Because I feel like all the actors could pull off each other's like scenes in terms of like emotion, like wider range. And I think Arthur Morgan had the most screen time of all those characters. Like, for example, they had Connor for Detroit Become Human, but that game was like, what, 15 hours long or so versus like Red Dead's like 40, 50, 70-ish, I don't know. And I highly doubt that Connor had as much voice lines as I think I did Arthur Morgan or Kratos did. But
no, I agree.
Yeah,
with that.
it's tough. I mean, they all did a great job. So it's just a popularity contest at that point. So I'm not mad that Arthur won. But if I had to choose just based off what I think is the toughest voice or most difficult scenes, in my opinion, I was going to go with Kratos, because in that game he starts off as he's a father throughout the whole game, but he starts off as kind of like an asshole, but he doesn't really know how to raise a kid. But as the game progresses, he figures out how to relate to his son, and actually they begin working together, and then it just becomes an amazing bond that I don't want to spoil because I know Cleve saw the playthrough, but Cleve, are you gonna buy it someday or nah? I don't like that answer. It's such a good game. I think it's
my runner-up for voice actor of the year, Tom McKay for Kingdom Come Deliverance when he plays as Henry.
I've never played that game or
Same.
It's okay. So Henry is a son of a blacksmith.
I thought you were gonna say Henry's a black guy.
Word.
He's white. He's white as hell. He's a white guy with a generic Midlands accent.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's a very plain lad.
Word.
Who is 18, but he's played by a 40-year-old. So, but he does a really good
Just
job.
like me.
But Tom McKay, I'd never heard him before. Like he's not really been in anything that big.
Mm-hmm.
He's a relatively unknown actor, and I just saw him in this, and I just thought, holy shit, this guy's really good.
Nice.
Like he's just, how does he play this role so well? It was so good.
Nice. Like, one thing I like about Kratos' voice actor is like he's really good at showing pain while trying to appear strong in a way, which I think is just awesome, because it's kind of hard to it's easy to show like pain and being upset and sad, but he plays this character where like Kratos like doesn't want to show weakness because that's what he's used to, and it's just so good, especially whenever like his son gets threatened, he's just like, give me back my son, and just goes ham and just like, yes, killing Kratos. Get it, get it. It was just the best.
Geralt of Rivia has got one of my favorite voice actors.
He's good too.
Like Geralt of Rivia's got one of my favorite voices, even though it's not really generic gruff guy, kind of thing. He's so good, so damn good, so good.
Like one thing I noticed about voice actors that I kind of feel a little bit sorry for is like I feel like a lot of them can do a wide range of scenes and emotions, but sometimes the writing doesn't let them do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like
I think it's mainly the direction, because you don't know how a scene is going to look on screen, so you don't know if you're meant to be more. Because like for Life is Strange, I don't think they had what was on screen to work along with. They just had to say in the lines that they animated around the lines, when you should be speaking around the animation, not animate around the speaking.
I don't know. I think they could work either way depending on which method the teams were comfortable
It depends on the director. If you're being directed good enough, then yes, it can work without being able to see the animation. But if you really want to know how the scene needs to go, you need some proper explanation. Thankfully, no. They did really well for Life is Strange. So you can do it without the animation being shown, but I'm saying it for like actors with less experience, it would really help them out.
Exactly. Like I remember, I think in Into the Spider-Verse, like they showed behind the scenes of it, and I was reading interviews. I think they're just shown what the characters look like, and they were shown like little snippets of action scenes and what the environment the character is speaking in, and then what they would do is they would let the actors handle the voice lines in any fashion. They were just like base point. We need Spider-Man to talk to Miles, and then just have Peter just end up being annoyed with how immature Miles is. Okay, cool. Deliver the lines however you want, and then they would do it, and then the animators would like change the body language to match however the voice actor delivered it, which I think was a cool thing to do.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
that's a good way of doing it. But both ways work fine, I guess.
Yep. And then like I know some games or TV shows they would say they would show you what the animation's already done. I know in Japan I think they make the whole animation first and then write the story around it or put the voice acting straight up after. So I think maybe in terms of lip syncing is when they would allow the actor to have a little bit more flexibility. But they were like, okay, you're gonna watch what the character's doing, just try to match your voice to what they're doing on the point. Go. And that sounds insane to me if a voice actor like had to work with that, but they're pretty good anyway.
I've seen an anime called Wreck being recorded, and it's about this guy who he's gone to a cinema to go on a date with this co-worker he likes, but she blows him off. Not in that way, but you know what I mean.
That'd be a way better anime.
So so he ends up giving this spare ticket to rent this random bird, and it runs into and it wants to go and see the film. So they go and see the film together. It helps her, he walks home with her, she walks, and then she goes off to her place, he goes off to his, and then he notices a fire in the distance, so he goes outside to check it out, and her flat is burnt down. So he invites her to stay at his, and they end up having sex, and then it becomes kind of awkward between them. Yeah, I'll get to where I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to explain why they end up living together and why all this recording stuff comes out.
Where's this going?
So they end up moving in together, so that she's got somewhere to live, and she's a voice actor, and in the anime they show the exact process that these voice actors in Japan go through to record their voice lines, and one of the main ones, especially for Eroge, which is, a bit of a dirtier show or visual novel, is they will show a image of the character and their emotion, and then you've just got to try and voice act that emotion and that feeling of the scene, and so you got to do it in time with the animation. I'm not sure if they'll ever change it to fit the voice over the animation, but I'm not Japanese. I'm not a Japanese showrunner, but from what I can tell, that's how they do it, and from behind the scenes stuff that I've seen as well, that's pretty much how they do it.
That is pretty crazy. I mean, I can't even imagine. Like, I know a voice actor, like, most of the time, they're, like, I think the hardest thing they could do is they're given just the name of the character, like a rough summary of their personality, and just the lines, and they only get to see anything has done visually, or I think it'll be cool. I think there's one, I forgot one show, but it was I watched a documentary about it. they would give the actors like they wouldn't give them they'll give like personality. They won't even show them visuals of what it looks like, but they'll give them the music score that's gonna play in the background when they speak, and they listen to it
Mm.
while they're speaking. So if it's like a sad song, they'll play like a really sad violin or a slow piano, and I think that would help someone get into that mood really quickly and really easily versus like I don't know, like if they play like the wrong song at the wrong time, then they would try to match the song. Like it could be like a sad crying one, but they play like heavy death metal. And it's like, son, I love you.
Imagine it's just a fuck with you and they just kept changing it midway. Like, I'm so sorry, but I love you so much. I'm so sad we're getting married.
I'm so sad we're getting married.
Yeah, he's just like, what are you trying to make me convey here? Stop changing it.
Oh,
That'd be the best way to fuck with a voice actor.
That would probably be a good prank.
so back to the games.
Oh, right, yeah.
You said
Yeah.
you said Spider-Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have Spider-Man 2 on the PS2, and I played that game recently. I played that game right before playing the one on PS4, and
So did I.
it was really just like the same game, but it looks better and has more controls. So it was like easy to switch
I
over.
disagree.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
The controls are completely different for the most part. Like the combat isn't as fluid, like nowhere near as fluid. It doesn't have any of the abilities like sheep powers or anything like that.
Oh, no, yeah.
It's Spider-Man 2 just straight up webs, yeah.
The street missions, while in Marvel Spider-Man, are repetitive. There's more than
very.
3 missions repeating.
Yeah, okay.
And then
I think I like.
of course, the story and the voice acting is just better because
Mm-hmm.
Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 2 in the game, he clearly just didn't know what he was doing. It's like,
Yeah.
and this is the story of my life, Peter Parker.
I've always liked the the director of Spider-Man who's always like in the Easter eggs of the movies, and he plays the narrator in Spider-Man games.
Stan
You know what
Lee?
I'm talking about?
Mm.
No, not Stanley. There's
No, Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell. Like remember in Spider-Man 3, there's that guy who's the ticket holder.
Yeah.
He shows up in
That's
it.
Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, he shows up in like every Spider movie in some Easter egg of some sort.
Really?
And but in the but,
like
in the game he's a tutorial voice announcer.
yeah.
So he talks
okay.
crap to you while you're playing. Like I remember at some points he's like you'd just like press like X to climb up the wall. He's like, but I know you want to go faster, right? So do this to webzip now. Leave me alone.
I can hear his voice in my head.
Yeah. So he's
in the first film, he's the wrestling announcer.
Exactly.
for when
Oh,
big
that
announcers.
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, and the second one, he's in the theater, and they won't let him in because
Yeah,
he's
he's a
late.
ticket man.
And then the third one, he's the waiter who's like awkwardly like trying to help him propose, but he keeps getting in the way.
Oh yeah, my bad. The theater was the second movie,
Yeah.
not the third. Yeah. But yeah, like I think he was a
Bones
good voice actor
ready.
in my opinion. Just he was hilarious. But in terms of
Yeah, he's always funny.
in terms of voice acting, I do think, of course, the story is stronger in the PS4 Spider-Man. But in terms of gameplay,
Yeah.
like web mechanics, I like Spider-Man 2's because they had a lot of different like options in terms of getting around. Like they don't have the slingshot ability in like Spider-Man 2. Like he could put 2 webs on 2 sides of a building, and then if he just like leans
Yeah.
further back and just launches forward. I missed seeing that, but in PS4 they don't do that one. But the web zip
I agree
is
with that
cool. One thing I did like, actually, another Spider-Man game. Have you played the Amazing Spider-Man game?
I did.
Did you remember the web rush feature?
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
That was cool.
That's in this game though, isn't it?
it's
Like,
not really. You have to
can
press
do
it.
something very
each one.
similar to it.
Yeah, a little bit. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
In the web rush one, it felt faster. I think it might have been like the effects on the side of the screens or something.
No, it was faster because the web swinging in Amazing Spider-Man didn't have any momentum because it wasn't physics based. It was just a generic
Yeah.
web swinging.
Yeah, and then I know like if you
Yeah.
kept tapping web rush in a certain direction, he would just like sprawl across the entire city like just on his own and just
Yeah.
go straight.
You could do it so fast. It was the only way to get around without wanting to kill yourself from boredom.
Yeah, and at least
Because web swinging in that game was painfully slow.
yeah, just the normal web swinging wasn't really worth it. And then
No.
I know Spider-Man PS4 they had like I think the web zipping and like pressing X at the perfect time to jump off it. And
Point launch.
It's definitely more skillful for sure, and I think it's satisfying once you get the upgrade to make it go as fast as possible. Because like when the first like hour of the game, I'm like, I think you can do a little bit faster. I know you can. You just like, not. But
Yeah, sometimes I would just like find complicated routes. So like I'd find what are those stairs called on apartments in America?
Fire escape.
Yes.
They're called fire escapes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Fire escapes.
Yeah.
Well, I'd find them and then I'd do tricks through them and then continue my web swing. And then I'd use the photo mode and try and get the best picture I could, and I never could get a good picture.
Those are tough. I would try to mess with the lenses a lot, or should I get like a certain pose? Or if I was in combat, I'd try to like pause it right when Spider-Man kicks someone square in the face, so I can get a good picture out of it. Or I'll try to.
I got it good once, but I didn't like the end result of all my messing around with it.
Yeah, it's like the camera mode. That's one thing. I think I didn't like the camera mode at first in Spider-Man's. Is like the slider felt super damn slow. Is that just me? Like to move like contrast and like spinning angles.
I think it wasn't too slow, but it could have been faster.
Yeah.
But it didn't bother me in the end.
Like in I think I might have been spoiled by God of War's, because in God of War's camera mode, if you like keep holding it down, it'll slowly get faster and faster to make it like rapid, and then that's just a tiny like micro complaint. It's not really worth much, but that's the camera mode. Spider-Man 2 didn't have a camera mode because we didn't really save screenshots back then. But one thing I did like about Spider-Man 2 though was, do you know how there's like different combos you could do that have like weird animations, like specifically? Like I remember there's one where I played it on GameCube. If they do like I think it was like BBYA, when you're next to a lamppost, Spider-Man will beat him up and then he would jump on a lamppost and bring the guy with him and tie him to the lamppost.
Yep.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
It'd be stuff like that. Like in Spider-Man PS4, it felt more like the Batman, like Arkham series combat, whereas like as long as your reflexes are fast enough, you'll be fine, and just do triangle circle together once in a while and you're good. Or
I didn't.
or use the webs like crazy with the gadgets.
I never played it like Batman Arkham.
Oh, it's
because
similar.
Spider-Man isn't meant to punch and kick. He's meant to use his gadgets. So
well, Spider-Man
I'd
does
stun someone,
Spider-Man does,
and
do
then I'd
punches and
use
kicks.
the web, and I'd use like the super web, or on the quick fire ones, and just tie them to other people or tie them to walls. Because Spider-Man, you don't need to just hit and hit and hit and knock them out. You're meant to tie them and you're meant to web them up to walls.
Yeah, well, Spider-Man
And
does use punches stuff too.
Mixing the gadgets into combat was the best part in that game. Like gadgets in that game are so much fun. The amount of satisfaction I got pulling off a really tricky web shot and just sticking them to a wall, while being able to continuously combat the two people not currently attacking me was just a superb feeling.
Yeah, I just know that like at the beginning of the
It
game,
makes
you
you
didn't have
feel like Spider-Man.
I don't know. I think seeing Spider-Man, I've always liked how acrobatic he is just in comic launches. I think him throwing like punches and kicks are always really damn cool. And I would use the gadgets maybe like once every couple punches. So I think it looks more stylish, like punch, 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 kick far away, web. Or if there's like a whole bunch of people and I just want to get it done quick out there, like a web bomb, and then I would use the air push to push like 8 guys at once into the wall. I'm like, okay, moving on. But yeah, like I also using that both PS4 Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2, like we're kind of missing that I liked in a different Spider-Man game was, have you played Web of Shadows?
I haven't, but I heard that people liked it.
In Web of Shadows, they actually have wall combat, where like there's combos you can do on a wall versus enemies who can crawl with you. Does that sound crazy or what?
What just happened?
All of your
I don't
sound
know.
cut out.
All of my
Everyone
sound?
just cut out.
Yeah.
No, I thought you guys were just shocked by me saying like there's wall combat and they pause with you and I thought everyone's mind just exploded. I'm like, is everyone okay?
No, everything just stopped. I was like,
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything.
Did the connection just...
Oh, I don't know. I mean, my recording's still going on my end, but I just said like, oh, and there's wall combo, like there's wall combat and enemies crawl with you. And I thought everyone's mind just exploded. I'm like, oh shit, was it that big of a drop? Are you guys okay? I'll check on the recording and see if that audio really fucked up or not, but I don't know. But yeah, so there's actually a lot of combos you can do on the wall. Like he does like breakdancer moves at one point. Like he starts like spinning with like his legs, just like spinning like a helicopter, and just beating the crap
bit like
out
from
of
that
people.
movie Dragonfly.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah.
So there was no wall combat in Spider-Man like the PS4 or Spider-Man 2. Usually you just fight on the ground or just in the air. But yeah, I missed that from Web of Shadows. I think they did that pretty well. In terms,
Well, they can always add it to the sequel.
yeah, they could. They got time. I know that some people are like, "Oh, let's bring Green Goblin out now." I know Harry's waiting. Oh, let's get him out. And then people are like, "No, they got to save villains for the next one," which makes sense. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it was already pretty cluttered in the way it was. It had, 4 supervillains?
Mm-hmm.
And what was it? Electro, Doc Ock,
Vulture, Mr. Negative.
Scorpion.
There was
Scorpion and Rhino.
Scorpion, Rhino. So yeah,
The whole
that's
Sinister
it.
Six.
Yeah, they had like a whole bunch.
Yeah.
There's already enough to work on. I think I like that they made.
And then there's the Taskmaster, whatever his name
Oh,
is.
it's Taskmaster.
And then you got Cat Girl.
Black
what's her
Cat.
name?
Black Cat.
Black Cat, yeah. Like, there's so much in that game.
Mm-hmm. Like, do you like how the DLC ended? Did you see the newest one?
I haven't played the DLC.
Me
because
either.
I don't have the money to buy it, so I
word.
just haven't played it yet.
Yeah, there's 3 DLC packs full. I think the first 2 are
Yeah.
okay, but the last one I didn't like the villain focus. Like you don't want to is it okay if I tell you like, who the focus on the villain? I mean, they show it in like the posters.
I'm not too asked.
Yeah, go ahead and say it.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I was not too asked. I don't know if that meant like I don't want to know.
It means I'm not bothered.
Oh, okay. Like it was Hammerhead, but he basically took like Silver Sable tech, and then he just became like this Terminator robot. And I'm just like, all right. I mean,
That's it. All right.
I mean, I guess. I mean, the first 2 were great, but you could have. There's other villains you could have used. I was kind of hoping for like a Mysterio thing, but no, that's fine, I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So my other top game of the year, I've got 2 more.
Hmm.
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Still don't know what that is.
I just put it's amazing all around.
Mm-hmm. Is it like an
Pretty
RPG?
much,
Is it an action?
Yeah, it's an RPG set in Bohemia.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 1403. You are Henry, a son of a blacksmith, and you are so unimportant, and you have no reputation because no one outside of your village knows you. You're not the chosen one. You're not special. You're not a great.
Oh, I
swordfighter.
relate
you
to it already.
Can't even read. You have to learn how to
Just
read.
like in real life.
Just like in real
Yeah.
life. I still don't know how to.
You have to learn how to read, and oh my god, is it fantastic! Oh, it's my favorite game in this
Is
year.
it like a
it
combat
is-
thing, or is it like a
Yeah,
turn by turn?
You got to learn how to fight with a sword, and like
Like
for
For Honor?
Honor, how you got 3. Yeah, like in For Honor, you got to push it up, left, down, or right.
to block in certain ways.
In this one, there's 6 different points. You got up, left arm, right arm, bottom left, bottom right, and then you've got the center, which is which you'll use for a stab, which is a weak attack, but it will cause them to bleed.
Wow.
And and oh my god, it is incredible.
Is it single
It is
player or
the
online?
best game that came out this year.
Single
So-
player or online?
It's single player only.
Does the game play like Skyrim, where it's like you're kind of just going from like town to town doing quests or whatever? Stealing things from people,
there is
buying
an element
stuff.
of you're jumping from town to town doing quests, but side quests usually have you focusing on one set of people and one area.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's this one quest where you go out on a drunken bender with a priest, and in the morning you have to do one of his speeches for him. And if you mess it up, he won't help you. But if you get it right, and then he'll keep his deal and help you out. And so all you need to do is just don't be an idiot like Henry is. A hungover Henry has to deliver a speech to a load of people, and yeah, it's one of the funniest quests in the game.
It's like a mini game, like don't get drunk, or like don't say this wrong word.
Well, you can level up your drinking skill.
What?
So you can get drunk. The more you get drunk, the more tolerant you get at drinking.
Alcoholism 100, like that.
But you can get addicted to alcohol. And sometimes you get drunk, Henry will pass out and he'll wake up in a random town.
Oh, like in GTA 4, like if you drink as Nico, he wakes up like in the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
That's
Well, for me, I got drunk in the bottom right in the map. I woke up in the top left in the map.
that's awesome.
And when I woke up, Henry was just burping and farting. Like, we'll just run around and you'll just hear Henry go, and he'll just be like, "Hello!" Henry.
I don't know. I've never heard of that game. That sounds hilarious.
Oh, it's fantastic. It was really buggy on release, but they've got it mostly under control. But it's because it's their very first game and they're an indie team.
Oh, okay, that's understandable then.
Yeah, so it was really good for who made it. For who made it, it was really good. But there's no dragons or anything. It's a proper hardcore RPG.
That's awesome. Like I understand.
And I love it.
I think it's very understandable for like an indie or a new team to have some glitches, but if it's something like back to Bethesda, if they're like a company's been established for many years and they have just hearing this game already sounds awesome, but they haven't made like as many mistakes as Bethesda did in one game, and it's just like, how do you do that? Or did you hear about the canvas bags problem?
Yeah, I heard about that.
There's so many. I didn't think you could make a huge problem out of canvas bags. Like
yeah, for all the criticism Kingdom Come got for its glitches, like Fallout 76 was so much worse.
Exactly. So to those who listen who were unsure what the canvas bags problem was, basically Bethesda had like a special edition in the game. Usually like they would come out like a statue or whatever, but they had a canvas bag, right? And some person complains like, hey, you gave me like this crappy nylon bag that's like way cheaper and uglier. Where's the canvas bag that was advertised? He sent an email to Bethesda, and they got an email back from the team saying, oh, well, it was too expensive to sell out, so we just decided to go with a cheaper version instead. And they're like, yeah, handle it. And then that guy tweeted out their response. People are like, what the fuck? That's false advertising. You can't do that. And then they found out that they actually sent the real canvas bags to like YouTubers and reviewers just to get on their good side and send like the full quality one to them. So they actually did make it, but they didn't send out to the people, like even normal people who just bought it. And they're trying to hide that. And so people got mad at Bethesda and was like, okay, you know what? You got us, our bad. Tell you what, how about we give you all, if you pre-ordered the bag and everything, let us know. We'll send you 500 Nuka points on the house. That's worth $5 within the game, and you can buy maybe like a shitty hairstyle or like a new mustache or something tops, and only like 1 or 2 mustaches, not 3. Ooh, that's like $10. No.
I have a new nickname for Bethesda.
What?
Pussy bitch.
That works too.
Very descriptive. I like it.
But the canvas bags, it got even worse because eventually people are like, $5? That thing costs like $120, $130 or so. Why? That's bullshit. You can't do that. Okay, you know what? Fine. We apologize. We messed up. Tell you what, we'll give you guys the full bag. Just take your ticket. Like, we'll have an online ticket system. Write down your receipt. Write down like your information, payment information. Send it to us, and we'll mail you the full canvas bag. We're making more. Good to go. People are like, all right, that's awesome. But a new glitch occurred. When you send in your ticket, you get sent everybody's credit card info from across the world. And now they're in court.
I heard about this.
Yeah, now they're in court for it. It's just like, how do you do that? Like,
it's pure incompetence.
They're digging a grave for every employee they have. It's just, wow. That's just insane.
How the mighty have fallen from Skyrim to leaking your customers' credit cards.
I know, like back in the day, our worst problem was like maybe our horse can't climb a mountain. Like, oh, this game sucks. But now you can lose it.
DLC.
Now you can't. You can lose your credit card info to some random stranger, and also the stranger has access to everyone else's credit cards. There's like a whole bunch. Like, oh my god,
There was like 200 names or something like that on that list.
Yeah. Like just all those people just gone, just waste like. Pay off your mortgage with their credit card. Just
it's
done.
It's a good thing a decent person got a hold on it. Because if they hadn't, that could have been. Really bad.
It was like an asshole, like a teenager who's like, "Ooh, I need V-Bucks on Fortnite." Ooh, yeah. And then just like $8,000 spent or something like that. Like, oh my god, that's
literally grand larceny.
That's insane. Like, how do you do that? Oh man. Wait. Okay, I'm just getting sad. Think about it. Good things.
Okay, my third best game in the year.
Oh, okay.
WWE 2K19.
All right, moving on. Next. No, I'll be straight up. In terms of like the 2K sports games, I don't like them that much because I get they're trying to go for realism, but the characters play out so tired and less energetic than the real ones, in my opinion. Like, I remember me and my dad used to play NBA Live a lot. And then when 2K came out, my dad tried. He's like, I don't like this game. They get tired running like across just half the court. In the full game, they can run full court at least like 5 times over without getting tired. But NBA Live, they just have like a sprint button that lasts forever. I think it's cool when games like sports games they like go crazy on how ridiculous it is. Like, have you played WWE All Stars?
No.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gave it a small
It
go.
was like a cartoony type game where just like the game is a whole meme basically. For example, if you played as like Eddie Guerrero, like one of the like the high flying like characters is like really light, one of the wrestlers. One of his famous moves is like a frog splash where he like jumps off the turnbuckle, and my friend like he saw me get on it like on the top right corner of the ring, and my friend decided to jump out. He went all the way to the left side, like the stage where they do entrances, and then he's like, "Ha, you'll never reach me." And I did the move, and Eddie Guerrero jumped across the entire ring, outside the ring, across the entire stage of the runway, and slammed my friend at the entrance of the entrances. And I'm like, "That's right, you fucking suck." I jumped across the whole map, and then I think those games are pretty fun, but in 2K, they're not gonna make that jump.
No, in 2K, I've got 2 notes. Fun story mode, because we actually get a story mode that actually has a narrative.
Yeah.
And the amazing customization suite. The creation suite every year is fantastic, but each year they make it a tiny bit better. And this year, it was some of the best creation suite I've ever seen in a video game.
Nice. Yeah.
WWE 2K, any of the 2K games, any of the WWE games, more better than any 2K game, any WWE game, always has incredible customized
I agree.
character customization. It's always perfect.
I've seen a lot of like sometimes if I don't care much for the game, I would look at the customization and people make like celebrity or cartoon versions. Some would make like anime characters and everything. Like they made like a One Punch Man. He actually has the full cape and the red gloves and the bald head and the stupid eyes. I'm like,
Yeah, because
yes.
you can create your own logos and your own and your own pictures and that. Like you can just upload them and install them onto your game, and then you can just put them in your characters. And it's fantastic. You can make. You know how you make fake face textures of people? You know, just grab the face and you like take out the eyes. People create celebrities and that lot with realistic faces by just grabbing a picture of them, making a few tweaks, and then just putting the face on the character, and it's fantastic.
That's awesome. I know that some people like put like they would do theme battles. Like they would do Super Mario. You just see like Waluigi like body slam Mario across like the table. I'm just like, this is what I would buy this game for. That makes sense.
I would get that and just take a picture of my butthole.
There you go. And just put it right on your face.
Yep.
There's just
You can do that.
ass face enters the
You
ring.
just can't upload it.
Take it.
Watch.
Do a YouTube Let's Play of Butthole Man.
Of butt face.
One of my wrestlers was called Mr. Diddles.
That was my neighbor's name. Small world. Anyways, continue.
It was based off of someone from Achievement Hunter. And one of their Let's Plays, they made a character called Mr. Diddles, and I recreated him. And now I'm gonna put a picture in chat of Mr. Diddles.
I'll put an Imgur link to that if you guys want to check that out.
I'm just trying to get a good picture here.
Actually, there's one game I want to bring up before we close it. We got like 8 minutes left. Have you guys played Detroit Become Human?
Not yet.
Nope.
That game is awesome. I love that game so much. Basically, it's Quantic Dream. It's a lot of people say it's like a movie game, but then I kind of agree. But there's so many choices you can make, and I talked with a while for my friend about this. Is he doesn't like it because it's not really a game. It feels more like a movie with just interactive choices. But I have such a high love of movies that I don't know. Like it's hard to explain. Like I don't know if I qualify as much as a game. Technically, it is, but we could spend a whole podcast determining that it really qualifies as a game. But anyways, I love it so much because the music is awesome. Because there's 3 main characters in the game. Like it's a world of it's a world of like androids where basically we've completed mastering making androids, where they're humanistic, they're realistic, everything. And there's one who's named Connor, who's like an investigator who's going to help catch androids, and he's like the top of the line, like where all the money was spent. Android who's like investigating all the androids who become deviant or they become rogue. One is Kara, who's she was like a maid robot, like a maid android, and she saves a kid from an abusive father. The third one is Marcus, who he's just like a caretaker, but he ends up becoming a leader of the revolution to make androids like have like a life in society. It's like, oh, we're alive too, blah 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 blah. But one thing I love about it is, especially the music score, they actually hired 3 different composers, one for each character, and then throughout the game they weave their songs that they made if both characters are on the screen. And then all the actors kill it. They even got the voice actor of Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob there too. Like he plays Hank. Hello, you guys go dead again?
Oh yeah, no, I'm just listening.
Oh,
I was listening.
Yeah.
And I zoned out.
I've been zoned out for the past half hour.
God damn.
Well, to me, yes, because I already know all this. Like I've watched Let's Plays. I actually watched the dude that plays Connor do a Let's Play of it, and it's so weird to see. Yeah, it's so weird to see him playing himself in a video game because they look exactly alike.
Once.
Alright, so I have a reason for why I zoned out.
Yeah.
This is why. You remember how you mentioned butthole earlier? That distracted me.
You were just thinking about assholes for like the past 5 minutes. You're just like, it's like, what would his top move be? Like, would stuff come out of his face or out of his ass? His ass is on his face. Does that mean like his face is on his ass? I wonder. Oh, Detroit Become Human. Yeah, what I've done? What happened?
Yeah, I just want to give some quick. I wanted to say this about Mr. Diddles, but
it looks beautiful.
Yeah, you may notice that he's got a medal on. It's because he's a champ at diddling. He's got a plastic bag on over his head because he's ashamed of it. Awesome. And he wears 2 watches because it's always time to diddle.
That's gangster. I think we're going to end the podcast on that quote. So thank you, everybody, for watching. And my name is Dom, and I'm joined by...
Queebies.
And...
The plebe.
And thank you so much for listening. And you have a very happy holiday, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
See you.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. And end. And now, before we sign off, a quick message from our sponsor.
Well, girls, so you started your period. Okay, now that the men have tuned out, let's get down to business. You know how our time of the month is just a made-up condition we can use when we don't want to have sex? Well, do you ever get stuck in a situation where the nasty boy says he doesn't mind and wants to get down and dirty anyways? Inspired by these moments, I'm introducing a new service called Cycle Ops. When someone isn't grossed out enough by your faux flow, just get on your Cycle Ops app and hit the panic button. Cycle Ops will covertly pinpoint your location and send an agent out to help you. Services include pouring a cup of fake blood in your lap and lightly poisoning you to induce cramps, nausea, and vomiting. If that doesn't turn him just all the way off, get back on your Cycle Ops app, sign the waiver, and we will stab him. With Cycle Ops, you don't need to be afraid. We've got our eye on you.